because you don't want to fall into that trap.
There we go. Impact Wrestling. Hard to kill. That's where we go.
So we have the Moose versus the Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Who you picking?
I'm picking Moose because I mean Rhino, not Rhino. Moose needs the win. Rhino does not unless they're going to start pushing Rhino to possibly the main event scene. Then Rhino does. Moose does because Moose has been. He's just kind of floating in limbo, and it has been for the past year or so.
I think you're right. I do think he does need the win, but he also just ate the loss on Impact. So I feel like that could be Impact's way of saying we're gonna do an angle where he's gonna go on a bit of a losing streak. And with Rhino having the perfect one-shot finisher, where Moose can dominate the match and then Rhino can hit a gore and call it a day, I think that could continue and prolong the situation at hand. So I'm going to go with Rhino in the shocking upset.
Ooh.
Then we have Fulton versus the Shamrock.
I'm going to go Shamrock.
Can I 100 with you, Zach?
You can.
I would put the title on Shamrock.
Yeah.
I would get crazy like that.
So crazy.
I know he's 56. I know he has more steroids in his possession than a pharmacy. But God save me, there's something about Shamrock that I'll never be able to shake. He's in great shape. He's still got great athleticism for a man his age. And he really hasn't lost a step because as a wrestler, he wasn't that assertive athletically. Like he still does all the same things he did 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard not to see that. So I would do the Shamrock title win because I think that would be interesting. We got Brian Cage versus the Rob Van Dam. I have a feeling that Brian Cage might actually pull this off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put my money on Cage as well.
Well, you kind of have to because it's the prediction side of things.
Okay.
So are you putting your money on the Cage?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Then we got Swanee Mac taking on the North. Tag team titles on the line. I like that Josh Alexander is yelling as he grabs his headgear. It's like, ah. I don't think this is Swanee Mac's time.
I don't think it is either, unfortunately. I think the North is going to retain. If they're smart, North will retain and further Mac's self-doubt.
Yes. I would then...
Especially if you have Mac eat the loss.
Yes. I would then distance themselves. There's rumors that the next pay-per-view will be the return of Lockdown, which, yes, please. Especially if they go hardcore into the every cage match has a gimmick match, like in 2005 when it was fantastic. Give me another tables cage match, please. Even better yet, give me my Ultimate X cage match that I've been dying for. That would just be fantastic. So yeah, I would have the North win. I would actually do maybe the North versus the Christs or even Reno Scum for that matter at Lockdown. Like go with someone more gritty and then come back at Slammiversary and have Swan and Mac get the win.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'd do it. Then we have your call your shot match. It's Elgin versus Edwards. This could go one of two ways. I really don't know which way it should go. I know I'm always Team Eddie. I like Team Eddie. I like the Wolves. I like the Davies. I like anyone who goes, oh. So, I'm a big fan of the puppies.
Yeah.
And while
How
I'm
about
not
the
a big
pumpers?
fan of Elgin as a human being, as a wrestler, I think he's astounding, and I think he's exactly what Impact needs as a physical presence. So I'm kind of torn, but I'm gonna defer to Eddie because Eddie is every bit as good as Elgin in that regard. So
Right.
Eddie,
Um, this one's a tough one because this one I feel like could go either way. So, but I'm gonna say Elgin.
my idea of Elgin beating Tessa for the title really intrigued you, didn't it?
It did. Yes, I could definitely I could see them going that way, but I could also see the Call Your Shot trophy not like the Money in the Bank, and actually like you have to call your shot ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, here's hoping.
Well, either way, I still think if Elgin wins this match and gets that trophy, whether it's the night of or at the next event, I think Elgin wins. Lol,
Mm-hmm.
Elgin wins. In our first of 3 title matches, Ace Austin taking on Trey Miguel for the X Division Championship. I think Ace Austin as a gimmick is too fresh. I shouldn't say too fresh because that implies that it's really hot. It's too new to
Right.
have him drop the belt already. Let's see how this goes over the course of the next month or two. If leaving whatever the next pay-per-view is going to be in March, which I expect to be lockdown, if leaving that event and he hasn't really switched into the nth gear needed to make this Triple X Division Championship idea work, then take the belt off him. But this is a risque gimmick, and it needs to be executed perfectly.
Right.
So it's all about finding the ground, personally.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with Ace. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I would like to see some of the Rascals get some gold, but I don't think I don't think it's time to take the title off of Ace Austin.
Would you consider a 6-man tag title?
I'd consider it. How many? We have the Rascals.
We
There's
have
the OVE potential.
Rascals, OVE, Desi Hit Squad.
Yep.
If you make it
Okay.
an intergender thing, you could do any combination of the women's.
Right.
Let's see who else we got. Is that it? I guess you could do Swan Mac and who is always Dreamer. Those 3 are always
Dreamer,
together.
maybe.
A
Dreamer. You could throw a Dreamer in with it. You don't give a shit.
Well, like you could do Rhino, Dreamer, and I guess RVD maybe, or you could bring in another ECW alumnus
Yeah.
to partner with them. You could do something like with Swinger, Joey Ryan, and Disco.
That would be interesting.
Right? Like that's an idea right there. So like there's a lot of potential in this. Plus, you wouldn't need to just do tag teams. You could also do like Brian Cage, Eddie Edwards, and Dreamer. Oh, you get Ace Austin and Reno Scum.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
So like there's a lot of potential with a 6-man title. Now, would you keep the tag titles and the 6-man, or would you change the tag titles to do the 6-man like the Lucha Underground? They just had the 6-man tag title, but Ring of Honor and New Japan have both. Damn
I would keep both. I would keep both, especially with the North dominating the tag team titles right now, and the North is not going to bring in a third guy.
Not unless they reform Team Canada with Petey.
There is that.
Or
there is
bring
always
Elgin.
that possibility. Yeah.
Could you imagine the Elgin North combo? Team Canada, Team Canada. What would Brian Boitano do if he was here right now? probably kick an ass or
Uh,
two. That's what Brian Boitano do.
I can imagine Ethan Page just pissing off Michael Elgin all the time. And now I want this.
I think they were actually a tag team at one point, way back.
Were they?
Yes. Plus, there's always the possibility you could bring back Scott Steiner. Then we have Taya, Tessa. That's not right. Taya, Jordan, and ODB. Knockouts
Not
triple
Tessa.
threat. Not Tessa. Knockout title triple threat match. This could literally go anyway. Like, I could see them giving it to ODB because they're trying to get her a nice payday so she can buy herself a new truck. They could see it going with Jordan. She's the next best women's wrestler on the roster besides Tessa. I could see them sticking with Taya. She's the third best and arguably their most dynamic as a character, including Tessa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential with all three women. Maybe the least with ODB, but overall, I think there's a lot over there that they can work with. With Taya, I think the thing that makes the most sense is have her win, unless she's on her way out. Have her win and build up to Jordan Taya one-on-one at Lockdown. Like, if that's the event they're going with next, it makes sense. Johnny Bravo helps Taya get the win. Taya cackles. Jordan's like, there's a cage. I'm going to smear you against that cage, bitch. And then all of a sudden, it's time to go. Rah.